welcome to the explained series from the Raj Malhotra IS Academy. Our today's topic will be how social backwardness is leading to vaccine hesitancy and what should be the measures to overturn the vaccine hesitancy. So first of all, we will see this topic from the supply and demand side. We know that the focus of debate today is basically on the supply side, that we have a vaccination shortage due to which people are not able to take the vaccine yet, but insufficient focus has been drawn upon the demand side, where the issue of basically vaccine hesitancy comes, that even despite the availability of vaccines in some area, what has been witnessed that people are not going to the vaccination centers, or they are refusing to take the vaccination jabs out of their various reasons that we will see further. Okay, so first of all, we will see what is vaccine hesitancy. According to the WHO, it is delay in acceptance or refusal of vaccines despite its availability. So that is basically vaccine hesitancy. Moving further, why is it in news? See, we know that in January, India rolled out the world's largest vaccination program to vaccinate 1.3 billion people. Okay, and in this period, or the period before the vaccine rollout, or even today after the vaccination rollout, the discussion has been centered upon the supply side constraints, that is vaccination shortage, that I earlier also told you about, but how insufficient focus has been given to the demand side constraints, such as vaccination hesitancy. There has been a survey in recent times that is called the COVID symptom survey, and it has stated that basically, even where the vaccination is available in the centers, people are refusing to take the vaccines in both the rural areas and urban areas. No doubt, it has stated that the hesitancy is somewhat more in the rural areas due to the lack of awareness or illiteracy, or due to the fake information that is being peddled out. So what has it come up with? That it focused upon the spatial variation in the survey, and it came out with the states and which are leading in the vaccination, and the states which are at the bottom in basically that are promoting the vaccination hesitancy. The states where the vaccination hesitancy is least, they are basically Kerala, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. You can see that they basically here 80% people are willing to take the vaccines. In Chhattisgarh, 77% people are willing to take the vaccine. Odisha, and 76% people are willing to take the vaccine. But if you see at the bottom level, you see that these states, Haryana, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, and Tamil Nadu, no doubt the illiteracy level in the states is good, development level is good, but still you will see that here only 58% in Tamil Nadu people are willing to take the vaccine. The number of unwilling to be vaccinated is as huge as 42%. In Punjab, it is 41%, or in Haryana, it is basically 34%. So we will move further and we will see the factors that are basically promoting this vaccine hesitancy. Or okay, so further, the various reports have or other also reports have come out, like NACR survey has also come out. It has also stated its concerns regarding the vaccine hesitancy. If you have read the, if you are reading some digital newspapers, the Quint earlier in last week only, it reported that in UP, in somewhere in village, the vaccination team went to basically vaccinate the people, and what happened was people jumped into the river to avoid the vaccinations. And basically that was some there is a whole video that is basically there if you want to check it out. And in another example that has come up of it, that is Haryana's New district, which basically counts for 4% of Haryana's population, but if you will see the percentage of vaccination, it is less than 1% of total vaccinations that the district has covered. So this vaccine hesitancy is basically attributed to the social backwardness of Indian society. We will see basically what are these factors that are promoting the vaccine hesitancy. So first of all, it is the religious beliefs of the individuals. Like there has been basically rumors and suspicions are going on that the basically vaccines that are being distributed, they are basically undesirable constituents are there, like meat is there, or somehow the use of animals basically was done in the making of the vaccines. And due to the digital we have space that we have penetration, or the social media penetration that is there in India, the fake peddling of information is basically very much, due to which these type of basically suspicions and rumors, they are being peddled every day. And which, what it basically results into is, it results into mass community resistance among people. And this is basically the first factor that is basically leading to the vaccination hesitancy, that basically people are due to the fake peddling of the rumors, people are what we say attracted to the simplified explanations that are being given, that basically some sort of use of animals or some sort of other what we say elements are being used in the making of the vaccines, and that are not in consonance with their basically religious beliefs. That is the first reason. Second reason is basically the lack of awareness among people. That is basically people do not know about what are the benefits of vaccines, or basically they have inadequate information regarding the government guidelines, because we see that the guidelines are changing about almost 10 to 15 days. And due to lack of information or lack of awareness, or basically some other reasons, or if somebody do not have the internet services or some another reason, so they are not able to basically keep up updated themselves with the government guidelines, or there is a lack of seriousness regarding that disease. We must have seen that in our relatives or in our surroundings also, that people are basically non-serious about the disease, that basically they are saying that basically nothing will happen, it is just a hoax, or it is basically it is a just mild fever. Okay, or basically the if somebody has got the vaccine jab basically, or he has some illness or the fever, basically then people are saying that they do not have awareness basically that the long term benefit of the vaccine jab is basically much higher in comparison to the its adverse effects. So there is a lack of awareness regarding it. Another issue is that is a illiteracy. So what are illiteracy results in? Illiteracy results in basically non development of the scientific temper. Okay, the people are the scientific explanations that are given to them, or the evidence based policy making that is done, people basically doubt the claims that are being given by the doctors or the scientific community. Okay, they are more attracted to, due to the simplified explanations, they are more attracted to the basically rumors or the fake peddling of the information, which further what basically further gives space to the conspiracy theories, myths to spread. Or I will give you an example here. Like, some people ask that does COVID really exist? Is COVID even there, or it is just a conspiracy theory? Or basically the people have problems with respect to mask wearing, or basically the what we say people attracting to the this coronal vaccine that was started by the Patanjali. Okay, that was basically it had no scientific basis, and even doctors were saying that basically it has no scientific basis, it has not been given approval, or it has not went through any trials, you should not go for this. But people were still going for the coronal vaccines. So that is basically the result of the illiteracy, that is basically the non development of the scientific temper, that you are not basically giving the prominence to the reason or the logic. Next, basically what we say reason is the crisis of the confidence among people. We have seen that basically in news you must have seen that in UP a rabies injection was given in place of COVID vaccine. Or if I give you another example, there was mixing of vaccines, of different vaccines in UP. Or you see that basically glucose injections are being given. So basically this results in basically crisis of confidence, and what it ultimately leads to is loss of trust in public functions. Okay, so it further promotes the resistance among the community, and government has a further up challenge that they have to now more convince the people to take the vaccination jabs, because of the fiasco that has, like I have the examples and I have mentioned that have happened. Okay, so further another reason is that is a confusion with respect to the number of government guidelines, that every 10 to 15 days a new guideline is coming, and it is very hectic to keep yourself updated with the number of guidelines that are coming. Okay, that further creates confusion. Or there is an injection by non-qualified individuals in Gujarat. There was an example where there was an MLA, but he was only what we say sixth grade qualified, and he was giving the vaccine jabs to the individuals. So this creates a what we say loss of trust basically in government services. So this is another reason. Further, another reason is the basically socio-economic status of the people. See, those who are from lower socio-economic status, like who are from lower class or who are from lower caste, like Dalits or OBCs, backward classes are there, or the communities with the larger proportion of minority, or in cities you witness the immigrant population or those who are doing the blue collar jobs or earning the low wages. Basically, in due to the lockdown, they are basically bearing the brunt of job loss. They do not have much income, and if they so basically what happens is now is that if they have to go to the private centers for the vaccination, they do not have affordability. Or if somebody is there in the rural areas, okay, they have gone back to their rural areas or to their homes or villages, there is a lack of access to healthcare services, information. Now they are only left with this the government hospital, but there is a lot of harassment in the public hospitals, that the the number of huge number of basically lines that are being we witness in the government hospital. Or if individual, for say example, individual is standing for 1 hour in the line to get a vaccination. So what happens is when its turn comes, they say that you have do not have complete documentation, or our vaccines are basically they are out of stock now. So this is a basically harassment in the public service delivery, which further encourages the vaccine hesitation. So individual say that no, I am okay like this. I have went 1 to 2 times, but I am basically there is a harassment. There is a lot of time wastage. I have to go and earn some money also. So I am okay like this. That is a reason. Further, another reason is basically the rumor and myths that are going on. I have already told you that due to the digital penetration or the penetration of social media that is being witnessed in India now, there is also a unchecked flow of information, and the simplified explanation that are being given on social media platforms like WhatsApp. Okay, and basically approval of pseudo scientific claims, like I have already told you, like coronel is there or some another. You see a video that people saying that you do a havan or you do some another what we say methodology that you that corona will go like this or that. So that pseudo scientific claims or simplified explanations to which people are attracted, this further promotes the vaccination hesitancy. So misinformation is another reason for the what we say vaccine hesitancy, or misinformation with respect to like you will get fever, or even there is a if there is a rare case of death that we witnessed due to the vaccination, that is being further what we say circled over the social media platforms. So that further basically these reasons further promote the vaccination hesitancy. Or you may have yourself witnessed that there are rumors going over social media platforms that with respect to impotency, that if you will get a that if you will get a vaccination, you will have impotency. So these are the reasons, the misinformation due to the technological penetration, that is another reason that we are witnessing a basically factor for the vaccine hesitancy. Further is the group influence. See the decisions that are taken at the collective level. Like I have given the example that are decisions that are taken at the panchayat level. For example, take a example that due to the misinformation circulated over a social media platform, say WhatsApp, that you will have impotency, or there are being number of cases that are death is being reported in the due to vaccination. So due to lack of awareness or due to the lack of scientific temper, what happens is that at panchayat level the decision is collectively taken that we will not allow the vaccination to happen in our village, and we will oppose those who will come here, and we will oppose their entry. So even if the individual wants to take the vaccine, due to the fear of the basically social boycott or resistance, collective resistance, he or she also has to comply with that decision, and that group influence basically further promotes the vaccination hesitancy. You will see, I give you example. It recently month back it was reported that a village in Punjab basically resisted the entry of health workers due to this vaccination jab fear, then and their entry was basically prohibited, and they were also charged basically with bricks or something. I don't know specifically, but they were physically resisted the entry in the village. So that is another factor, that is a group influence that is there. Further, these are the reasons that are basically promoting the social factors that are promoting the what we say vaccination hesitancy. So that what should be the measures that should be there to overturn this hesitancy? First of all, the government should create awareness with respect to benefits of vaccines. They should bring in doctors or the qualified individuals that basically how the benefit overturns basically what we say adverse effects that the vaccine that are there of vaccines. And further, the government should address the pseudo-scientific claims which give space to the rumors. Like I have already told you that the claims that are going on the social media platforms or the simplified explanations that are going on the social media platforms, the government should basically address these so that it further do not get circulated and give space to some rumor. Further, transparent and accurate information about the vaccine. Government should not be basically hesitant about sharing the true information. It should come out that yes, basically there are adverse effects of the vaccine. You will have basically what we say illness or basically fever, or in one or two cases even death is being reported. Government should not hide the information. It should basically convince the individuals that see, this is a scenario, but benefits outweigh adverse effects in the long time. And basically it should try to convince the individual. What will happen is it will alleviate the apprehensions and it will encourage the uptake among the public to take the vaccines when they will have the whole picture or the whole scenario in front of them. Further is basically the government should identify vaccine hesitant groups, even if they are in the urban area or they are in the rural area, and they should send some credible influencers. It may be a public personality like politician may be there, or a doctor may be there, or any other celebrity may be there, and try to build the trust via community engagement practices. That see, we have also taken the vaccination jabs, but nothing has happened. There were some adverse effects, but we are now okay, and you should come out and take the vaccination. Further, that is fact checking. Government should come up with a fact checking scenario to address the fake information. Further, government should go for evidence based policy making, like the surveys that are coming or the research policies that are being taken out. Government should take them into consideration and basically come up with the scientific based policy making that should be basically will encourage the development of the scientific temper. Further, to avoid the harassment of the people, we should set up vaccination sites basically which offer easy access, minimize waiting times, and provide more time and attention to those who needs, those who are basically blue collar worker jobs, or those who are front worker health line workers, or those who are dealing with the having a public dealing and working in the offices. We should give a preference to them. Further, politicians and other public personalities basically they should be the role models. They should come out, take the vaccination jab, and inspire the communities to take the vaccines. Further is the accessibility and affordability of the health services. Like in rural areas and remote areas, first issue is the accessibility of the health services. Accessibility should be there. Next step should be the affordability of these vaccines. That should be the next step, so that it is also available to the socially and economically marginalized groups. So these were the basically factors that were the social backwardness factors that were leading to the vaccination hesitancy. We discussed about the religious factor, we discussed about the lack of awareness, we discussed about how illiteracy is leading to non-development of scientific temper. Then we also discussed basically how there is a crisis of confidence. Then how basically another factors that we discussed was the basically how group influence is there. So these were the factors that were basically leading to the vaccination hesitancy. So these measures can go a long way in removing vaccination hesitancy and reposition of trust in the government services. So that will be all for today. Thank you.